one quick training I want to give you. I was talking to an agent this morning, and a training, take it for what you will, but some tips for your business. And I was talking to an agent this morning, and he was telling me about how he needs to get his submit numbers up. Sure, he needs to get his issue paid numbers as well. But he was talking about how he's not having as much business stay on the books as he'd like. He's submitting and it's not getting approved. And when we started to get to a point where the general rule of thumb should be whatever your family submit numbers, about 80% of that should issue. It's just a very rule of thumb. And he said his was far less. And I said, well, the problem is you're probably stretching. You're trying to play an underwriting, you're trying to find underwriting tricks where you can get stuff pushed through instead of if the client has issues, we're not just putting them in a product that we know will guarantee to cover them, as well as you're probably not adding enough accidental. And I talked to him about how I used to be very successful adding on accidental, because for the client, you're putting them in a position where you're getting them some coverage. You're getting them a guarantee of coverage. Now, granted, the situation may go, Bob is taking cholesterol, high blood pressure, and a diabetic pill. And you're having a conversation with Bob, and he's hemming and hawing on maybe the insurance, but you go, Bob, listen, based on what you've got, what you're going through right now, what most people do is they add on some accidental coverage right now. So, Bob, we would both agree that your most likely near cause of death would be an accident. You'd agree, right? I mean, you're going to the doctor regularly. How often are you going? Every 3 months. Got it. They're checking you. They're keeping tabs on what you're taking, and they're tracking you and they're monitoring you, right? So yeah, we both agree the most likely cause of a near passing would be some sort of an accident. You might slip in the bathtub. You look at the floor, you might trip on the tile floor, fall off the roof, getting hit, fall off the roof, putting up Christmas lights, or, maybe getting an accident with all these crazy people out there that are texting and driving. And Bob goes, you know what? Yeah, that's right. Probably the most likely cause of a near passing would be an accident. And so then when you're talking about, you go, perfect. So what most people do is they put in some sort of an accidental type product to guarantee against that, to protect against that. That's what these products do, right? So that's one way if you're talking to an older client. Second way, you're talking to a younger client, 32, 42, whatever, good health. Maybe they don't want to bite off the $170 a month for a cashback term, but they're him and hawing, and you put yourself in a position to go, listen, Jim, most clients my age, your age are healthy, right? You don't have anything going on, right? You don't take any medications, nothing's happening, right? Yeah, right. So listen, what most people do in your situation is they get some sort of an accidental coverage. They put something in place where, God forbid, you don't slip in the bathtub or trip on the tile floor or fall off the roof putting up Christmas lights, or, get hit by one of those crazy drivers out there that are always texting and driving, right? So what most people do is they add on some sort of an accidental coverage, or put this in place that, God forbid, if something does happen of an accident, which is, we'd agree, the most likely near cause of death would be an accident, right? Yeah. So that's what most people do, is they put something like that in place to protect against what that would happen. And, this product right here, and I'm not going to give specific quotes, don't quote me on the quote tool, but, for you and Mary, it's $77 for $350,000 for both of you. God forbid something happens to you, Jim, $350,000 goes to Mary, and God forbid something happens to Mary, $350,000 goes to you, Jim. And if something happens to both of you, $700,000 goes to the kids. That's why most people get this product, because they want to put themselves in a place where if something did happen, like, in your situation would most likely be an accident, there is some coverage in place to protect against that. Does that make sense? Yeah. So as I'm talking to this agent, I'm like, if you add on more accidental, right, which is a great product, covers against most likely causes of death for those type of scenarios, then there is some coverage in place. And then if you want to go, navigate the medications, right? The goals of protecting and producing and selling life insurance is to put coverage in place. So the client leaves with some protection. If you're chasing down underwriting guides and calling carriers and trying to get this one unicorn product put through, you're not doing what's best for the client, which is getting them some insurance. So oftentimes what you can do is submit two applications, one of a guaranteed product and one of something that you're trying to get figured out. And if the one that you get figured out gets figured out and you get it pushed through, then cancel the guaranteed product. But if that one doesn't get approved, then at least this one's in place too. And it made a lot of sense to him. And I was like, I hope it does, because your goal is to put protection in place. And your goal is also to take care of yourself by going out there and putting a product in place. An additional element that we talked about was him not doing a better follow-up job for his clients. And the way I used to run my office, and I'll leave you guys with this as we close this call out today, is I'd leave the home and I'd say, okay, Jim and Mary, are you happy with the job I've done for you today? Yes, thank you very much. Okay, perfect. Right. I'm forcing a yes. I'm forcing a thank you. And then I'd go, okay, perfect. Like, so what's going to happen is Jade's going to call you tomorrow, sometime between 9 and 12, let you know the policy's been submitted. And she's going to follow up with you in a few days and let you know if you've been approved or not. If you've been approved, great. And if not, I'll be back out and we'll find something else to put in place. Like I said, I'm a broker, so we're always going to find something we can put in place to put yourself in a position. So, I've got real good feelings about America, but I also, the carriers are the carriers. So I don't work. If it was up to me, I'd approve everybody. You understand that, right? But it's not up to me. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to submit this coverage. She's going to call you in a few days, let you know you've been approved or not. If you are, great. And if not, I'll be back out. We'll find something else to fit it inside this budget and get you guys protected. Okay. Then after that, she's going to follow up with you a few days after that and make sure you got your policy in the mail. If it hasn't come in the mail, then we're going to give them a call and we're going to get it sent right out to you. Okay. And if you have any questions about it, you call me and I'll come over and I'll review it with you. Okay. So I'm extending the service, right? For you guys, my goal always has been, I want my clients to think that they are protected and taken care of and working with the best of the best, the most knowledgeable, someone who's the most professional, someone who's got a full service office that if I need anything, they're there to help me. An embodiment of that if someone comes behind me or next to me or calls me, goes, I don't want to go through this again. I've got the best guy in the industry. I've got the best guy in the city, best guy in the state taking care of me. And you elevate that to your professionalism, the way you communicate, the things, your takeaways, your brochures, the thing you hand the client, the emails you send, the texts you send, however you're professionally following up and staying on top of your clients. And if a lot of you guys are doing virtual and telesales out of a professional email set put together with, sending to them as soon as you finish with the sale, I'd be also either some sort of a touch piece to mail them. You have their address to mail them in the mail. What does it cost? 15 minutes of time to put together some stuff, handwrite some stuff, $7 to overnight it to their house. They've got a business card, brochures, and your notes from the call you were on with them. Have your staff overnight that to them to just elevate the professionalism that you're doing with your clients. And that's a simple way, guys, where you can keep more business on the books because your clients trust you. They have faith in you. And if anyone ever comes behind your clothes, because here, spoiler alert, clients fill out more than one lead card. And if you're the least professional of the people calling them, although you may have got the sale first, you're going to lose it. And if you are the most professional, no one else has a chance to take it from you. That's some advice I'd hope that you'd take away from this, is to elevate the way that you're communicating, handling, and running your business, and run it in a way and manner at which you'd hope was be run by it. Whenever I'm getting stuff fixed for my house, or I'm dealing with, dentists or stuff with my kids, I'm constantly judging the way these people are running their business. How professional are they? I actually, ironically, had a dentist appointment this morning, and they were like, glad to have you here. And I was like, there's zero chance I wouldn't be here. You've called me 3 times. You've texted me 6 times in the past 4 weeks, and you've sent me 3 emails. I appreciate it. I'm very busy, and my mind is going 100 different places, but I'm here. Like, could I have canceled the appointment the day before? No, like I was reminded so many times, like I was, it was one of those dentist appointments where like I was brushing my teeth harder and faster and flossing more and mouthwashing more the 2 weeks previous leading up to today's appointment, because they conditioned me to know that I have this dentist appointment coming up Monday morning. Right. So like I say that in jest, but I also say that like, how professional are you running your business? And the more professional you run it, the greater way you can teach others around you to run theirs, and the greater respect you'll garner from your clients, and the greater reduction in policy fall off you will have. Elevate the way you hold yourself, elevate the way you communicate with your clients, elevate what you do in a way at which you dream that if you were the client, you would be treated. I try to give my clients an experience and the professional level. And at the end, we send us, and when I'm closing out, I say, okay, Jade's going to call you back and the 3rd time and let you know that make sure you got it in the mail. And then we're going to send you a picture, a card of me and my kids, let you know we appreciate your business. And it gives them a chuckle, right? And guess what? They get 3 cards and a business and a thank you card, all within the next 17 days. That's a lot of touch points from a guy who was in their home for 47 minutes that they gave their social and banking information to. elevation, 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 guys. So I hope that helps. I hope those accidental tips help. I hope the policy stay add-on tips help. But for you guys, this was helpful. Tag your team in the comments below. Let them come back and watch this replay. And I look forward to seeing you at an event nearby. I look forward to seeing you on the leaderboards here in the days and weeks and months to come. Appreciate you all. Grateful for you all. Bye for now.